Welcome back to the big final of the VC Poker Cup. Who's going to be the next man off the table? Let's find out.
Very nice chandelier, unless John McCurrick left some of his jewellery behind.
Raise all in.
And Jan goes all in again. Needs must.
90.
Is Rolf going to be tempted?
90,000. Small blind folds.
Well, he has to be tempted. We've seen him pass in this kind of situation before, but he's already got the big blind in.
70. Call.
And he's called quickly this time. And with only one overcard, Jan's not going to like it very much. Jan has been the Houdini of this table up to now. He's going to need to do one more magic trick. He's going to need to hit a queen. Rolf really likes what he sees, and so do Tony, and so does Ben.
Will the queen come down on the flop? No.
4, 5,
A deuce though, a deuce would make a straight for Jan. Beware the deuce.
One card. Is a check.
One more chance.
2 or a queen. 7 cards, that wasn't it.
And Jan is the third to go.
Well, Jan went as far as the cards were ever going to take him. He's played a very, very good, tenacious survival game, but in the end it was a move too far, and Rolf found the call that he needed to make some time ago. He called at the right time, and now they're down to 3.
Jan out of the final then. Jan, the straight didn't come for you there at the end.
Yes, but I got lucky in a similar spot before, so I think that was about fair. I think it would have been too much to ask to get lucky in the same spot twice.
Of course, you were struggling since early on when you came up against Ben with those flushes.
Yeah, that was unlucky. We were heads up before the flop, and we both had 2 clubs, and there came 3 clubs on the board. And I had to put all my money in and double up Ben. He had the highest flush, so that was a hand it was impossible to get away from.
Yeah, how did that had quite an impact on you?
Well, it didn't have that much impact emotionally, but it led to that I had to change my game to a more defensive game. So, and for the most part of the final after that, I was really short stacked. So I was playing a defensive game, and it was on the edge several times.
Well, congratulations anyway, Jan, for getting this far. Who's it going to be then? Tony, Rolf or Ben? Let's get back to the action.
Down to the last 3 in the VC Poker Cup for 2005. And Tony Bloom, the
50,000.
overwhelming favourite at this stage because of his huge stack of chips, which he has taken advantage of so beautifully so far.
Call.
Rolf calls.
Rolf, with his ace, decides to call.
Very tempting now for Ben to take a flop with his pair of deuces.
And Ben calls.
Thank you.
Ben calls as well. All 3 see the flop.
And Rolf might end up regretting not coming over the top with this hand. Well,
7 is music to Rolf's ears.
Rolf checks. Ben checks.
2 checks and round to Tony. Now, 150,000 in the pot. And Tony checks as well. The turn is the Queen of Hearts.
well, that's a complete blank.
Rolf checks.
Check.
Check.
Very hard for Tony against 2 players, even though the queens made no difference. Tony is the raiser, but he's up against two players.
A good card.
And a 3 on the river now. Tony sees now that he's got 2 pairs, but obviously Rolf, unbeknown to him, has
That's
the
going to
better
be
2
enough
pairs.
for Tony to check, hoping his two
Two
pairs are
pairs.
good, and that's good news for Rolf.
Ace king I have, ace king.
Tony shows check 3, got queens and 3s, ace 7, queens and 7s for or queens to pot.
And Rolf takes that pot, and a big pot as well. And all of a sudden, he's up to 460,000.
King, but I had two
And
twos.
he took the pot without taking any aggressive action whatsoever. Circumstances favoured him there. Just calling with the ace, and once Ben was in there as well, it was difficult for Tony to take any action, and when Tony hit a pair on the end, he checked, hoping his 2 pair were good.